Welcome to the world of small space gardening, where every tiny corner can become a lush green refuge. It's all about seeing the potential in the overlooked, the unassuming, the seemingly too small. From drab balconies to tiny yards, these spaces can transform into vibrant gardens brimming with life and color. And the best part? You're the architect of this green haven. So, think you don't have enough space for a garden? Think again. Small space gardening is an art form embraced by green thumbs worldwide. It's a testament to the belief that creativity isn't defined by the space you have, but rather how you use it. Imagine a tiny balcony in Barcelona where a riot of colorful flowers spills from hanging baskets, creating a private paradise above the bustling city streets. Or picture a compact rooftop in Tokyo, where a neat array of bonsai trees and herbs offer a tranquil retreat from the urban sprawl below. These are not just gardens, they're personal sanctuaries, crafted with love and patience from mere square feet of space. They demonstrate the global passion for gardening, proving that you don't need sprawling lawns or grand estates to cultivate beauty and serenity. The benefits of small space gardening are many. Firstly, there's an intimacy to these compact spaces, a closeness with each plant that's hard to achieve in larger gardens. Secondly, they're manageable, requiring less time, effort, and resources to maintain. And finally, they challenge and stimulate creativity, requiring innovative solutions to maximize their potential. So whether you're working with a modest patio, a sunny windowsill, or even the smallest of balconies, remember, the world is your garden. It's about seeing beyond the confines of space, recognizing the potential, and transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. From balconies to rooftops, the world is your garden. Designing a small space garden is all about creativity and making the most of what you have. It's like painting a picture, but instead of a canvas, you have soil. And instead of paint, you have plants. Let's start with vertical gardening. This is a fantastic strategy for tiny spaces because it allows you to grow upwards, not just outwards. Consider using trellises or wall-mounted planters. You can even repurpose an old ladder into a plant shelf. The sky's the limit. Next, we have container gardening. This is a great option because it's flexible and you can move your plants around as needed. You can use anything from traditional pots to old coffee cans or even shoes, as long as they can hold soil and have drainage. The key here is to get creative. Now let's talk about color and texture. These are the elements that will bring your tiny garden to life. Choose plants with different leaf shapes and colors to create contrast and interest. For example, you could pair a plant with broad, dark green leaves next to one with thin, light green leaves, or mix and match flowers of different colors to create a vibrant display. Also, don't shy away from using decorative elements like colorful pots, garden gnomes, or wind chimes. These can add a personal touch to your tiny garden and make it truly unique. Lastly, remember to think about how your garden will look from different viewpoints. Consider what it will look like from your window, from the entrance, or when you're sitting in it. This will help you decide where to place each plant and decorative element. Remember, in a tiny garden, every plant, every pot, every color matters. It's not just about filling a space, it's about creating a vibrant, living artwork that brings you joy and peace every day. So, don't be afraid to experiment, be bold, and most importantly, have fun with it. Choosing the right plants is crucial for a successful small space garden. The secret to success lies not just in the design, but also in the choice of your green companions. The variety, durability, and growth habits of your plants can make or break your tiny garden. Let's start with variety. In a small space, every plant counts. You want to select a mix of plants that will provide visual interest throughout the year. Consider using evergreens for year-round color, deciduous plants for seasonal change, and flowering plants to add bursts of color. Now on to durability. In a small garden, each plant has to be tough. You want plants that can withstand the elements, whether that's intense sunlight, wind, or occasional neglect. Succulents are a great choice here. They're not just hardy, but they also come in a wide range of shapes, sizes, and colors. Let's not forget about growth habits. In a compact area, it's important to choose plants that won't outgrow their space. Dwarf varieties of many popular plants, including vegetables and shrubs, have been bred specifically for small spaces. These pint-sized plants pack a lot of punch without taking up too much room. Herbs are another fantastic choice for small gardens. Not only do they stay compact, but they also provide fresh flavors for your kitchen. Plus, many herbs like rosemary and thyme are perennials, meaning they'll come back year after year. And lastly, don't overlook the power of vertical growth. Climbing plants like clematis or morning glory can add height and visual interest without taking up valuable ground space. Remember, the key to selecting the right plants for your small space is to think about how they'll look and perform not just when you plant them, but throughout the seasons. Consider their size, shape, color, and growth habits, and you'll be well on your way to creating a garden that's small in size but big in impact. With the right plant choices, your small space can be a big hit. Innovation is key when it comes to small space gardening. Creativity blooms just as brightly as any flower in the garden, and it's this inventive spirit that can transform even the tiniest nook into a green oasis. So, let's dive into some innovative gardening solutions that will add a new dimension to your space. First up, hydroponics, a technique that might sound high-tech but is incredibly simple and effective. It's all about growing plants in water, without soil. Imagine your kitchen windowsill brimming with fresh herbs, grown hydroponically. Not only is it a great space saver, but it also uses less water than traditional gardening, making it a sustainable choice as well. Next on our list, window boxes. Don't underestimate the power of these quaint and charming additions. They can turn dull windows into vibrant displays of greenery and color. Whether you choose to grow trailing vines, aromatic herbs, or a burst of blooming flowers, window boxes can add a delightful touch to your small space. Now let's lift our gaze a little higher. Hanging gardens are not just for the ancient city of Babylon, you can create your own right at home. Hanging pots and baskets create layers of greenery, drawing the eye upwards and giving the illusion of a larger space. They're perfect for plants that love to drape or trail, like ivy or string of pearls. And finally, let's not forget the potential of vertical spaces. Walls, fences, even the side of a garage can become a lush tapestry of leaves and blooms with the right approach. Vertical gardening solutions like wall planters, trellises, and climbing plants can turn a bare wall into a living piece of art. Innovation isn't just about technology, it's about thinking outside the box, or in this case, the traditional garden plot. With these innovative solutions, your small space will never look the same again. Ready to transform your tiny space into a lush garden? Let's explore how even the smallest of spaces can bloom into a verdant paradise with a bit of creativity and love. Imagine this, a cramped balcony, barely enough space for a chair, let alone a garden. But wait, with a few clever moves it morphs into a hanging garden of ferns, trailing ivy, and vibrant petunias cascading down the walls. A once dull space is now a living painting, a private Eden in the middle of the city. Or consider that small strip of land by the side of your house. It might seem insignificant at first glance, but when given a chance, it flourishes. With some vertical planters, a splash of colorful flowers, and a sprinkle of herbs, it becomes a narrow but impactful garden path, a secret passageway through the greenery. Now picture a tiny rooftop, harsh and uninviting under the open sky. But with a bit of shade, some potted plants, and a cozy seating area, it transforms into an urban oasis. A sanctuary in the sky where you can escape the hustle and bustle of the city below. These are not mere daydreams. These are real transformations, achieved by real people just like you. They started with small, uninspiring spaces, but with a bit of imagination, effort, and love for nature, they turned them into vibrant living gardens. Remember, every small space holds the potential for a lush, thriving garden. It just needs someone to see that potential and act on it. So, whether it's a balcony, a rooftop, a courtyard, or a narrow strip of land, view it not as a challenge but as an opportunity. Your small space is a blank canvas, waiting to be transformed. So what's stopping you? Start your gardening adventure today. Remember, in the world of gardening, size is not a barrier but a doorway to creativity. So go ahead, open that door, and step into your own personal garden paradise.